So we're gonna try and get this Jeep fired up today. It's been parked since '82. The previous owner got in a construction accident and then never had time to mess with it ever since. So looks like it's been in some bumps, but nothing we can't work with. He said it was running when they parked it. It's got a AMC 304 in it and looks to be complete. So we're gonna give it a shot. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is take a look under the air cleaner. It's hand tight, so get this turned here. Just set that down for now. All right, we got, I think this is the original Motorcraft carburetor, and the linkages are still working. That's good. Still has vacuum in there, and it's not very dirty. All right, so we're just cleaning up in here around the carb. It looks like we've got a return spring down there that broke off. So we don't have a throttle return spring. Let's walk around to the other side. Quite a mess over here, but pretty much just spans. Nothing looks like it got into the air cleaner, and so you can work with that. Just don't want most of this dust to get sucked up. Let's see here. So honestly, the carb is looking good. I might just leave it. Might give that a shot. Doesn't look like anything got through, but I will clean it. Spray some brake clean through it, around it. That can's empty. So sprayed out the carb and looks clean. Since the air cleaner didn't look like anything got past it, I think I'm gonna just let that sit. I won't pull it yet. I have a rebuild kit for it, but I'm gonna try it first with just starting fluid, see if it fires. The motor does turn over. Starts to at least. So I'll pull the plug, put some Marvel's mystery oil down there, see if it helps them. Got a battery hooked up here, and so far we have no smoke coming from any of the wiring, so it's so far so good. Okay, so you can just see if it turns over. I'm gonna set up my camera, see if it'll hold it anywhere. I can get it set up over here for you guys. Okay, so I'm gonna set up the camera right here, and what I'm gonna do, this is the starter solenoid. So there's a starter down there, and there's a positive wire coming up here, and the ground. So I'm gonna just, instead of, we don't have a key for this car, so I'm gonna just try and jump the start to the ground to give power to the starter, and see if it turns over, how it turns over, if there's any clanking, and go from there. Looks like nothing there. So that's good. We've got a turning over motor. So I'm trying to find a dipstick and see how we are looking on oil. It's over there. We got oil in here. Okay, so the car turns over fine. The carb looks clean. So we just don't have spark and we don't have a key. So what I'm gonna do is run a jumper cable from the positive battery on the terminal to the positive on the coil. I also topped off some oil with some fresh oil in there just to keep things lubricated, and I'm just gonna see if that works. I might have to pull the cap on the distributor and file down the points if we don't have spark, but figured why not try and see if we have. I put some starting fluid down the carb and jump it and see if we have anything at all. All right, let's see. Nothing there. No spark, it sounds like. So I need to figure out. Let me pull the cap, file down the points. Let's see how they look at least. Well, here, I guess an easy thing to do would see if we even have spark at all. So, let's just try that. So we're gonna watch that coil up there and see if spark is coming from the coil. No spark at the coil. So might have a bad coil. I've never seen that before though. So I pulled the distributor cap off. I pulled off the rotor with these two screws, and then I just ran a screwdriver between the points a couple times. Just hooked this back up, and I'm gonna just try to turn it over and see if we have spark at the points, and then go from there. All right, so the points are filed. Let's put the jumper back on the coil. pour some starting fluid into the carb. And unplug the spark plug down here. I'm going to plug them back in. Alright, so we got our spark plugs in. Everything looks complete. Let's see if she wants to fire for us. Nothing yet. Doesn't sound like it has enough spark. No spark. And in order for the engine to run, you need good compression, so air. You need fuel, which we're using just starting fluid to run it on, and you need spark. And so we don't have spark at the cylinders, but we've got it at the coil, and we've got it going into the distributor. And so it seems like we just have an issue with our points on the distributor cap or the rotor. These are a little tricky to get out. You gotta push them down and up. Okay. There we go. So our rotor looks okay, maybe a little rusty. So let's file down these points. See how that works. And bend this up to give it pressure against the top of the cap. I think I'm gonna get a file and file down the points in the cap. All right, so I have sanded down the points on the top of the cap. I sanded down the points for the thing. I gapped the points, and looks like we're clean here. I'm jumping the coil, and I'm gonna put some starting fluid down. Open the linkage. Stuck at full throttle. So. Alright, let's give it a shot like that and see if it wants to. Oh, here we go, this first fire. Set camera down. Actually, might set the camera down over here.